Well, great afternoon, great afternoon. Thank you so much for joining Simply Shift with Kashonna, the talk show. I am super excited. I'm always super excited that you stopped by today to get your afternoon boost. That's right. You stopped by today to make sure that you are empowered, and not just empowered for you, but empowered for someone else. Because know it or not, those that are around you need to be encouraged. They need to be inspired. They need to be uplifted. And what better way to do that than on a Monday afternoon with Kashonna Holland? I am so excited about my guest today. Oh my goodness, I'm going to introduce her in just a second. But before I do that, I wanted to make sure that I send a special prayer to those parents who are in DC whose daughters are missing. Listen, I have daughters myself, and I understand just how frustrating, how worried you can get just knowing. My oldest daughter is 23. And let me tell you, I'm like, where are you? I want to always know where she is right now, and she's older. But just to know that, younger girls, especially black girls, are out there missing. These young ladies are too young to just be out there just missing, and no one knows where they are. I am praying, and I hope that you will join in prayer with me, that their parents will find them alive and well. So please join me in prayer for that blessing to really manifest, because we need our young girls. And let me tell you, we need to really focus our attention, Kim, on our babies, because they are not our future. They are our now. Absolutely. So I pray that they are found well. All 14, I think it's 14 or 15 of them. That is my prayer. So join with me in that. But my guest today, Miss Kimberly Covington. Woo! I am super excited to have Miss Kimberly in the house, Miss Kim in the house. Yes. She is not only a registered nurse, but she is also a health and wellness professional, an entrepreneur. And what I love about her is her mantra is let's go. So that's what we're getting ready to do. We're getting ready to go. Kim, how are you today?
I'm fantastic. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my God, it is a blessing just to have you. So thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you, no problem.
I'm excited about you sharing your story, because you're in the middle of a project, and we'll talk about that on the second half of the show. But tell me your story. You're a registered nurse, so that kind of lets me know that there's a little health and wellness going on right there. But for you to step out and become an entrepreneur, what is that about?
Well, what happened was I was selling a weight loss shake. I guess it was about 3 years ago. It's called Body by Vibe. So I started taking the weight loss shake, and amazingly, I lost all this weight. Now, at the weight where I was, I thought I was looking pretty good. No one ever told me that I was a little heavy. So, of course, me with my high self-esteem, I was okay with it. But once I lost the weight, it really transformed like my mind as well as my body. And I really wanted to become more healthy, and I wanted everyone to know how to become healthy. And so after that, I went further, and then I became a group fitness instructor. Then I did yoga and Zumba as well. So I just wanted to be full circle with the health and fitness.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Now, why was it so important for you to be fit? I mean, because everyone talks about it when we're, especially at the beginning of the year, you know, everyone's trying to lose weight, everyone's trying to get muscle and get fit and get toned, but this became a lifestyle for you. And not just that, but you became an entrepreneur based off of some principles. Tell me about that. What happened there?
Well, the biggest thing I wanted to do was let people know that even if it's a small person, you definitely still need to exercise, and you need to eat properly, because you still could have high blood pressure, high cholesterol. Yes. And the ultimate big goal is not so much as to look fit and to look pretty and to look nice, but to be healthy inside. And so I just think it was just key to learn like the proper way to try to eat, the proper way to lose weight, and mainly taking care of the inside. And when I say taking care of the inside, that's not harboring unforgiveness, bitterness, and all those kind of things. Because if you're taking care of that inside and all that is clean and not toxic, then the outside is easier to take care of.
See, now you're talking about not just a mental shift, Kim, but you're talking about a spiritual shift as well. Because all of that stuff is really holding us back from living our lives in full.
Yes.
And so when you are dealing with people, and I don't know, do you take individual clients, or, you know, and if you do, what is the biggest thing that you're seeing right now that's hindering people from really walking out their complete wellness and healing?
Okay, the biggest thing, what I like to also do Like when I train, I want to take care of the inside, as I spoke about earlier, as well as outside. So I require my clients to do a scripture. Like I'll give them a scripture to do. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Because I feel like the more you say that, if you look in the mirror and you tell yourself that every day, eventually you're going to become strengthened, because it's the words of your mouth. They can make or they can break you. So what better than to encourage someone than to encourage yourself? So, I mean, I just think that's just key and important. And I always talk to the ladies. I train mostly ladies. And once you get to the core and the deep part of what's really going on, it could be childhood issues that they've never dealt with, and that caused some of the eating problems. Are we as women, I think, mothers, entrepreneurs, wives, I think that we're so busy and we're so focused on taking care of everyone else, taking care of our families, which is definitely what we should be doing.
Yeah.
We almost forget about ourselves. I mean, we'll go and get our nails done. We'll go and get our hair done. We'll spend hours doing that. But how often will we go and work out? And that's like key to me. And everyone, they don't like to work out, but if you go to the doctor and he tells you you have high blood pressure, your hair being pretty and your nails being done can't do anything for your blood pressure.
Why do you think we're stuck? I mean, and I mean, it sounds good, and I hear you're trying to convince me that that I need to do this. But why is it we can't get past? And sometimes we'll do well, you know, for a couple of weeks or months. But sometimes their block is just there, and we can't get past it. What is stopping us from living our life well?
What I think what really hinders us is that we have to make sure that we are taking care of the inside.
Okay.
And what I mean with the inside is just getting rid of all the clutter, and then you can think better.
Yeah.
You can get up more to be able to go and exercise. Sometimes you're not getting enough sleep.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to bed and getting enough sleep, how are you going to you won't have a desire to exercise. And like you said, we'll get it together, we'll fall off, we'll get it together, we'll fall off. It's just something that you have to be like adamant about. Like, I am going to keep my weight down because I maybe don't want to have high blood pressure if my parents had it.
Right.
Because sometimes things are hereditary and you just can't.
Yeah.
You can't pray them away. It's good. You can take that medicine in Jesus' name, but you still need to do something. I mean, you still have to physically do something with your body.
Kim, that mindset shift is so difficult sometimes.
Yes.
Because we're so used to, and sometimes I think that we make things the norm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is just a part of who I am.
Right.
And we dismiss doing better by saying, this is just who I am.
Right.
You know, or, you know, well, I'm going to always be big, you know, or I'm just big boned, or I'm just, you know, whatever excuse you're telling yourself. But you said something very powerful. You said that it's the words that are coming out of our mouth about ourselves.
Yes.
And I think that that's interesting. That we sometimes find ourselves in situations where we talk negatively about ourselves.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
I think sometimes we just don't think that we're good enough.
Ooh.
We just don't think that we're good enough. And you should always think that you're number one. Me personally, I always think I'm number one. I don't need anyone to tell me that I'm great or that I'm this or that I'm that, because my mom and dad instilled in us at a very young age, you are always all that in a bag of chips.
Yeah.
Even when you're not all that in a bag of chips, you're still all that in a bag of chips. So it's just like you have to empower yourself.
But how can I take myself out of this rut, Kim? Because let's just say I have believed the hype of what people told me. I believe that they said that I was whatever, you know, I'm never going to be any good, or because I made the mistakes that I made, I just don't deserve the best life. Tell me, how do you walk a person through the process of speaking well about yourself? Because even though it sounds good, and to some people it might sound easy, but I've learned to kind of step back and say, wait a minute, I don't want to take for granted that someone knows how to do this.
Right.
And so I've learned how to step back and give people life applicable things to say, okay, let me walk you through this process. So how would you walk me through that process of speaking well about myself?
Okay. One of the first things I would do is get a piece of paper and write down on one side all the things you love about yourself and all of the things that you want to change about yourself, and see how it coincides with each other. And then try to work on the negative.
Okay.
And let the power overlap the negative. And I
Okay.
mean, it could be like a process. It may not just happen overnight, especially if you're a person that's not really positive anyway. Because let's be truthful. Some days you're just not feeling it. Some days I don't want to go to the gym. Like,
Lord
let's be real.
Jesus,
Like, I'm
yes.
tired. I don't want to go to the gym.
Yeah.
But then I have to reach deep, deep, deep inside and be like, well, you really need to go to the gym.
Right.
If you don't want high blood pressure.
Right.
Since both of your parents had it.
That's it.
You don't want high cholesterol.
Yes.
Because it's not going to just go away.
Right. It's not. Trust me, I've tried it. It don't just go away.
Right. Right. It
So
just doesn't.
I love what you're saying, because what you're talking about is a generational shift. You're talking about making sure that we understand that it's not just about mama lived this way, grandma lived this way, and here I am. But what are you going to do, and how is that working for you? You know, it's kind of like Dr. Phil said, how's that working for you?
Right, absolutely.
You know, if it's not working, if it didn't work for them, then how do you think it's going to work for you?
Absolutely.
And to really change some of those habits, it takes a lot.
Yes,
It takes a
does.
lot to change some of those habits.
It does.
So even when we were talking about really speaking well of yourself and making this list, Kim,
Right.
what are some words? Can you just kind of give us some example? I want to make this so,
Okay.
I mean, I want to just make it so basic that you don't have any excuse.
Okay.
Okay. So if I ask you, Kim, give me some words that I can write down about myself. What is it? What are some things that kind of describe a woman of worth?
Okay. That brings me to something else we'll talk about a little later. I just finished a journal called Know Your Value and Know Your Worth.
Ooh.
And the thing about that to me is you have to know that you're special no matter what. If someone doesn't tell you every day you're special, you have to already know that comes from within.
Yes.
Even if you don't feel special, if you look in that mirror and you tell yourself enough, I'm special. I'm special.
Yes.
Eventually, the more you say that, you will become special. I don't care what's going on around you. I don't care what you're facing. You'll be special.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you just have to dig deep sometimes and call those things not as though they were, and
Yes.
eventually they will come to pass.
Yes, yeah. And I'm gonna challenge you. You know, what makes you special? You know, is it your eyes? Is it your nose? And those
Right.
physical features are great. Is it that I have a great smile? But also talk about what it's my heart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's the fact that I love people and I forgive people in
Right.
spite of. Because let me tell you, you can be pretty all day, but if your attitude
Yes.
is nasty, and you don't love people, you don't forgive people, and you hate people, and you're
Yes.
bitter, and you're angry at everybody, and you have a stinky attitude,
Yes.
then that just, it wipes away all your prettiness,
Your
that you
prettiness
think
is
you.
all gone.
It's gone. It's gone. So
Yes.
I challenge you to really start writing some of those words down. And those of you who are Christians, go to the Word of God and start looking in it. And who does God say I am?
Right.
You know, we are fearfully and wonderfully made.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We are more
Absolutely.
than conquerors, and we can do all things through Christ that
Christ,
strengthens
yes.
us. So if I have that kind of strength, then why am I not walking in it?
Yeah.
Why am I not walking in it? I love what you're saying, Kim, and this exercise that you gave people, I want to make sure that you understand the value of writing things down. That's
Yes.
why you have that journal, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about your journal.
I actually have two journals. The first journal I did was Your Health is Your Wealth, Let's Get Filthy Rich.
Ooh.
And this is a motivational weight management journal. And believe it or not, you were the first one that inspired me to actually do a journal. I don't know if you remember, but I came to a seminar you had done. That was my first entrepreneur workship ever. It was
Yes.
called Business Over Breakfast, I think.
That's it.
And we
Yep.
were sitting around like a little table, and I
Yeah.
had just started selling the Body by Vibe
Yes.
product. And I was just so mesmerized. I mean, you were so pumped and so excited. And the more I sat there and we went around the table and each one of us talked, and I kept looking at your journal, and I was like, do I have enough in me to do a journal?
Yes.
And so I would look through your journal all the time. And so one day I was like, let me start a journal. So what I did, I started it. Then a year later, I had finally finished. It's like the Lord he was just giving me different things to put in the journal.
Right.
And it was just about like things to encourage yourself, weight management, like tips and tools and stuff like
Ooh.
that, things you could do. That was the first journal. And then the most recent one I did, I guess the Lord took me in a different direction. It's still some stuff in here about your body as well, but it's know your value, know your worth.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Because I just feel like it's so important for you to know what your worth is, because if you don't know what your worth is, how will someone else value you? Like, you need to value yourself enough to know you're not going to speak to me that way.
Right.
You're not going to address me that way.
Yes.
And so when you know how valuable you are, you won't let anyone put a price tag on you.
Oh my God. Wait, we're going to pause right there. We're getting ready to go on commercial break in a second, but I want to make sure that you are capturing all of this, because know your value, know your worth is such a powerful tool that you should have in your library at home. Not just have it in your library, but you should have it in your purse, because it's small enough. Can I see that?
Yes.
It's small enough to put in your purse. That's why I love little things like this, because I'm like, oh, I can put this in my purse and I can write in it as I go.
Yes.
And I love this. It's just something, again, a resource, a tool that you can use, and this is absolutely incredible. And just to know that I encouraged you to do something like that, I love it. But that's why God gives us things. It's not just for us to hold on to, but it's for us to encourage and empower someone else. So I tell you, cultivating a priceless you are priceless. And I believe, Kim, that the more women know how priceless they are, the stronger they become.
Absolutely.
The more women know their worth and know their value, the stronger they become. And it is absolutely incredible when you begin to walk confidently in this knowing. You begin to walk confidently in just who God created you to be. And that's where we're trying to take you today, just in case you didn't know. We're trying to take you there, Kim and I, because she is giving some valuable tips, not just for your mental health, but for your physical health. And not just for your physical health, but for your spiritual health. So listen, we're getting ready to go on commercial break, and we're going to be back in just a second to talk more with Kim Covington.
Thank you.
Yay. Thank you so much for joining Simply Shift with Kashonna, the talk show. I'm so glad that you are back with us and my guest, Kim Covington. Woo! She is in the house and giving us some major wisdom on health and wellness, how we want to be fit, not just in our body, but in our mind, mentally, as well as spiritually. So if you don't have a pen and a piece of paper, then go get one, because she is giving it to us. She's giving us homework and everything, y'all. It's good. It's real good. But don't worry, because at the end of the show, we're going to tell you how you can get her journal, because that's what you need to be writing in. Know your value, know your worth, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
So, Kim, I want you to just kind of describe, and I know you've talked about that physical thing and why it was so important for you as a woman to really lay down the weight. You know, but can you talk about the emotional baggage that people are bringing to you, and how that's affecting their health as well? Because I believe that those things are intertwined. I believe that, you know, when we are going through emotionally, it definitely affects us. It affects us physically, but it also affects us spiritually. And so all of those things kind of play into or come into play. So can you help us to understand, or give me an example of why emotional baggage is so important to release and let go of in order to get fit?
Okay, well, with emotional baggage, you take someone for an example that's always stressed all the time, that's always worrying all the time. Those things are doing stuff to the inside of your body. It's causing your heart to beat much faster than it should. It's just causing your arteries to clog. Your blood is not flowing like it should be flowing, because you're keeping so much animosity, you're keeping so much strife, you're keeping so much bitterness. And a lot of times when you're keeping these pin-up emotions inside, the people that have done these things to you are however you're feeling about the emotions that you have inside. For an example, if someone hurt you, they may not even know that they hurt you. And if you've never even said anything to them, you're just carrying around unnecessary baggage. And that's just like a weight.
Yes, it is.
And now on top of that, you could be binge eating.
Oh.
You could be an emotional eater. For an example, someone may make you mad or talk to you in a mean way or be disrespectful. And you may be a woman that doesn't like to be very vocal or very verbal. So what you do is you probably just don't say anything. You'll be quiet, but then you're an emotional eater. Every time somebody upsets you, you find yourself eating a bag of chips. You find yourself drinking a sugary soda. Then there's another. Then there's a donut. Before you know it, you're up to like a weight that you never thought that you would ever become that weight. And so now you're carrying two types of weight. You're carrying all that baggage in the inside, and you're carrying the extra weight. And it's easy. You can dress it up. Because if we don't know how to do anything else, we as women know how to
dress it up,
make it up, dress it up, paint it up, We know how
Yes.
to do all that. We're the pros at that
Yes, we are. Yes,
because
we are.
we can wear so many different hats.
Yeah, yeah. I love what you're saying because I think that when we are always wearing those different hats, we kind of get buried in busyness.
Yes.
And unfortunately, as women, we are validated
Yes.
by our busyness. We love to tell people, well, I'm busy, or, oh, I can't do that, or I
Yes.
can't do this. I mean, what you're doing is actually wearing yourself down.
Yes.
You're wearing yourself down when you are that busy. And I hear you saying self-aware. It's
Yes.
like we got to become more self-aware women of our bodies. What's going on in our emotions? What's
Yes.
going on with our physical bodies?
Yes.
What are we eating? This temple is the only one that we have.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So we can't
Absolutely.
go and buy a new body.
That's right.
I mean, I know we may want to. It sounds good, but no, I can't just go to the
Right.
store or go to the doctor and say, well, I want some new legs.
Right.
I don't like my
Absolutely.
thighs. I don't like this or I don't like that.
Right.
So those things, since that's not happening, we got to take care of this temple.
Yes.
And I hear what you're saying about, that emotional baggage and how it's making us eat emotionally.
Yes.
What are some things, and I know that I don't want to push you into being a nutritionist here,
Right.
but there are some things that you did when you were getting ready to, or when you were losing weight.
Yes.
And, we talked about the shakes, but
Right.
it didn't just happen with the shakes. You had to
Right.
do a lifestyle change,
I did.
right?
I did.
Tell me what else happened?
The biggest lifestyle change for me is I started to go to bed earlier.
Oh, wow.
Like, people may not think that's a big deal, but you start going to bed a little earlier and watch your stomach shrink. Because cortisol, cortisol, is released when you're not getting enough sleep, when you're stressed. All that plays a part in your gut area. Now, pay attention to when you see a lot of women. It could be a very small woman. See the size of her stomach, because that's where you hold all your stress.
What? Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
So what is the recommended time to go to sleep?
For
I mean-
me, 9:30. That's
Yeah.
early for a lot of people, but I wake up at 5 to go and work out.
Okay.
But 9:30, like, my body needs to be in that bed. And if I cannot go to sleep, I'm always playing like quiet music because I need for my mind to be still.
Yes.
If everything is going on when I lie down, I'm not going to be able to go into my REM sleep, and that's your rapid eye movement sleep.
Yes.
You need to just be in a calm place, even if you have to listen to jazz
Yeah.
without words.
Right.
Because you don't want to be going into your calm place and now you singing because your song came on. So, I mean,
Wake
soaking,
up in the morning and
right,
sub good because it's in your
exactly.
subconscious mind.
Exactly. And, soaking music is good. I don't know if a lot of people know what soaking music is, but it's just a real quiet type of music, and it
Right.
really takes you there to a really nice place to help you get like a good night's sleep.
Okay. Are you all getting this? So we need to make sure we sleep more because we can
Yes.
lose weight if we go to bed earlier.
Yes.
Lord have mercy. That is a good thing. That's a good You know
Absolutely.
what else I've learned too, Kim? Along with sleep,
Yes.
because you need good rest. Not
Right.
just sleep, but you need good rest.
Right.
It's drinking some tea, some calming.
Yes.
I drink the
The
yogi.
Yeah, I love it. Yes,
Yogi,
yes. I love it.
YOGI.
Yes. Excellent.
They have calming tea.
Yes.
They have lavender. I mean, they have all, and they got these little tea bags that just say these cute little
Yes,
sayings.
they do.
It make me feel so good about myself.
Yes.
But I mean, those things are so small, but they are so major.
So amazing.
Vitamins.
Yes.
Taking your
Vitamins.
vitamins is important.
Yes. Even if it's a women's one a day.
Talk about it.
A
Yeah.
women's one a day, that's a multivitamin, and it has everything from A through zinc.
Okay. So
So,
that's a good thing.
A one a day, women's vitamin. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water.
Okay.
And I'm not talking water where you add your Crystal Light or you add your other little stuff. That's still good, but just try to focus on drinking just pure natural water. I'm not saying you have to go out and buy $10 water.
I got you.
$5, but your body needs the water to lubricate your joints. Because like maybe some of you guys have like knee problems,
Yeah.
joint problems. Your joints are not lubricated. How can you go a whole day and you've only drunk maybe one thing of water? You went the entire day.
Yeah. Oh.
64 ounces is a goal, but for
Uh-huh.
me, I drink over a gallon of water.
A day?
Yes,
Oh, y'all hear that? Lord have
over a
mercy.
gallon.
Okay.
And
okay.
don't be overwhelmed when you see the gallon. Put it in a pretty little cup.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then keep filling that pretty little cup, and it'll make you drink it. Because when you look at a gallon, even for me, it's like, oh, no, I would never drink that. I see people in the gym all the time. They bring that gallon, and they leave with that gallon. You're not going to drink that much water in the gym. Like, to me, you have to be realistic too. When you
Right.
think about your health and your
you.
fitness goals, be
Yes.
realistic.
Yes.
Like, you know that gallon is overwhelming when you see it, especially for a woman that doesn't like water at all.
Right.
So
Right.
just try to think of a way that will make you do things better.
You know what, Kim? I used to do like cucumber
Yes,
and
you
put
can do
lemon
that.
in it and mint.
Yes.
Tried to make it fun, you
Yes.
know, and pretty. 'Cause
Yeah.
I like pretty water.
Yes.
But doing those things helped me to
Right.
put some fruit, some pineapple,
Yes.
buying one of those little diffuser things.
Yes,
You
excellent,
know?
excellent idea.
Oh my goodness, that just made life so much easier for me.
Yes.
Kim, I just read about alkaline.
The alkaline water. Mhm.
Yes, and talk to someone about alkaline. Can you kind of give the benefits, or do you know any benefits of that off the top of your head?
Well, I don't know any. Well, I know a few things. I just know that the way that your body diffuses it and it takes it in is healthy for all your joints, and it'll do a lot of things that normal water will not do because
Okay.
of the alkaline that's in the water.
Okay.
Like it has healed some people, like made their health better.
Really?
I have a cousin in Florida. He was diagnosed with cancer, and he actually started drinking the alkaline water, and it changed like all his levels.
What?
So really read up on the alkaline water.
goodness.
Discuss it, of course, with your doctor first.
Yeah.
But I heard it was great benefits to the alkaline water.
Okay, well, yeah, that was my own personal little plug. I
Yes.
hope y'all got something from that.
Yes,
But,
yes.
but I think those little things, and
The little
sometimes
things.
we're thinking of shifts being major things that
Right.
need to happen in our lives,
Right.
but it's those little things that make such a huge
Yes.
difference. Like sleep. Come on,
Yes.
y'all. You know, a one-a-day vitamin, water with your little fruits and
Yes.
stuff in it. I mean, it just makes life so much easier.
Right.
And it makes you a nicer person.
Right.
Don't you think?
I think so. And I think the key is, like you said, start small.
Yes.
Start small. Don't go with this big goal. Oh, yeah, I'm going to do the green smoothie cleanse. I'm going to lose 15 pounds in 20 days. I'm going to lose 15 pounds in 10 days. What else are you going to do besides the green smoothie cleanse?
Yes, because you can't drink green smoothie all over your life.
You can't drink it your whole life.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, you just have to have like a plan.
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking a jump start, because jump starts are good.
Yeah.
But once you jump start, then at some point you got to keep going.
Exactly.
You can't just be jump start, then you start over 3 weeks, now you jump start again. Like at some point you need to get in that car and let the car actually move.
See, the worst thing is that's good, because the worst thing is you lose weight, then you go out and buy some new
Oh,
clothes.
absolutely.
And then you don't change your eating habits, and then you
Absolutely.
get out, you growing out them clothes, and the
Yes.
next, oh Lord have mercy.
Yes.
So make sure you change. It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle change. And it's funny that you brought up, the clothes, because I'm going to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
If I lose 10 pounds, I'm like, oh my goodness, I have been wanting this Chinese food for so long. I'm going to the Chinese buffet.
It's celebration time.
Yeah, women, we celebrate everything with food.
Yes, we do.
Somebody's getting married. Girl, let's go eat. Somebody passed away. We're going to eat at the repast. Girl, I just broke up with him. Girl, let's go eat. Girl, I'm getting married.
Let's go eat.
Everything is a let's go eat with us.
Yes.
But a good thing you can do besides let's go eat, let's go buy us something. Let's go buy something. Maybe a book.
Yeah.
To empower your mind.
Yeah.
Like start empowering other parts of your body, like once you lose the weight, instead of like rewarding yourself with food. But it's comforting
Right.
when you reward yourself with food. But sometimes if you reward yourself with food too much, it's a price that you have to pay.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's
And
a
let me
price.
tell you, I love food.
Me too.
I
Woo,
mean,
woo, woo.
I love good food.
Me too.
You know,
Me
so
too.
so it's sometimes but even pulling back a little bit.
Yes.
Maybe not eating all of the burger.
Right.
But
Right.
just eating half of the burger.
Yes.
Especially if you eat all the fries.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Right.
Something got to give, you
Right.
know. So
Something.
backing up on eating all the burger, or, not eating all of the chicken wings, or not
Right.
eating, you know what I'm saying? Putting
Yes.
everything before you and saying, okay, I'm only going to eat this.
Yes.
Because there's nothing wrong with separating your food
Absolutely.
and saying, I'm going to save this for later.
Yes.
Just trying to pace yourself. The more you try to pace yourself,
Right.
the better you feel.
Right.
So you don't go to bed feeling like exhausted
Right.
and all heavy, and you can't wake up in the morning because you ate too much chicken. I'm
Yes.
just saying, I know how y'all feel.
It's
I'm
good
trying
going
to
in.
help
It's so
you.
good going in.
It's so good. It is so
it's
good
so
going
good.
in. I mean, with some hot sauce and cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, yes, we digress. We digress.
Right.
So,
We're back.
but I love the fact that you're giving us practical things to do. You're giving us practical examples, because that is so much so the reason I think people just kind of fall off.
Right.
And they give up and they say, I am who I am,
Right.
and I'm just going to kind of leave it here, and really saying, okay, what can I do today? Let me step back. I mean, you will not, unless you do it, you cannot imagine how much working out will just
Ooh, yes.
boost your adrenaline, give you ideas. I mean, your mind,
Yes.
it's like you feel so clear and you can think straight.
Yes.
You know, when you work out, you feel good on that treadmill. You may not have wanted to go,
Right.
but even making yourself disciplined,
Right.
you know, enough to say, I'm getting up and I'm going anyway because I need this.
Absolutely.
My mind needs this,
Right.
my body needs this, you know, so whatever it is you need to do to get in that zone,
Right. You have
we need to
do
get in
it.
the zone.
And I love what you said about even when you don't want to go. Because let me tell you, at 5 o'clock when that alarm goes off every morning,
Listen.
I'm just like, oh, Lord, is it 5 o'clock? Now, I've had a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
I should be up, popping, and ready to go.
Yeah.
But once I get there, I'm up, popping, and ready to go. But this is another thing you have to remember. Even when you're on vacation,
Uh-oh.
you know that you're going to eat that good food. You're not going to go all the way to Jamaica
Yeah.
and be on a green smoothie cleanse. It's just not going to happen.
At all.
So what I like to do, everyone may not like to do this. My friends and family look at me like I'm crazy, but I would exercise twice a day.
Really?
So I can
When
come back with the same weight that I left with or be a little smaller.
Really? When you're on vacation,
Yes.
you work out twice a day.
Absolutely.
But you know what? You're able to do that, though.
You are. You're
Because
not
when
working.
that's so true.
Right.
Because when I go on vacation, I'm more likely to walk, to
Yes.
get up early, and I don't, I don't feel bad about getting up early
Right.
when I'm on vacation because I feel good.
Yes.
You know, my mind is clear. I can get up, I can walk the beach or go to the gym or
Right.
whatever. And so it does give you room to do that.
It does.
I
Because
like
you're not
that.
thinking about like all the other stuff that you would be thinking about at home. And believe it or not, your workouts are more productive
Oh, goodness.
because you're on vacation, so you're relaxed.
Yes, and you don't have to rush.
You don't have to rush.
Yes.
I'll look at my clock. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm still in the gym.
Yeah.
Now I've been on the treadmill for an hour, but it was
Wow.
so relaxing. Then I may do weights.
Yes.
But another thing, if you don't have a gym, you can always do it at home. Some people say, I don't want to pay a gym membership. That's fine.
Right.
You have your handy dandy cell phone. It can give you any workout you want to do.
Come on now, y'all.
Any workout. You can make up
Yes.
your own workouts.
Yes, and you can go on YouTube
Yes.
and find all these workouts and, try to get, but I want you to just hire Kim because she knows what she's talking about. And so when you're ready to go on that wellness journey, then
Yes.
Kim needs to be the one that you call. So, because sometimes when you're looking at those YouTube videos, people's bodies are different.
Yes.
Am I right?
Absolutely.
Like you can't do everything that you see other people do.
Right.
I mean, as much as I want to lift all these weights because I want to look like
Right.
whoever,
Absolutely.
then I can't do that because my body is not made like that.
Right. And you have to listen to your body also. As you get older, I love burpees. But as I'm getting older, I'm like, okay, Kim, you don't need to do 20 burpees. Why are you doing 20 burpees?
Right.
So maybe I'll do 5.
Why are you doing 20
Why?
burpees?
Why? Can somebody tell me why? And then when I
Yes.
get home, I'm like, can I get some help up the stairs?
Yeah.
Like, don't be ridiculous with your body. You want it to take care of you, so take care of it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
You know.
You want your body to take care of you, so take care of it.
Yes.
I want to kind of go down this entrepreneurial journey,
Okay.
Kim, because I know that, and I always say this because someone told me this a while ago, and I love what she said. She said entrepreneurship is branded really well, because everyone wants to be an entrepreneur, but you have to do the work. You have to
Yes.
get in there, and you have to make it happen,
Yes.
not because someone else wants it to happen, but because you want it to happen and
Right.
you are determined. You are so passionate
Yes.
about your dream, about your vision that you say, I'm not letting this go.
Right.
Give me your entrepreneurial journey, some things that you have seen, some things that maybe you have experienced
Okay.
along the way that made you want to give up, if you did.
Okay.
But just kind of tell me, how has that journey been for you?
Well, for me, it's so real to be able to be in an arena where I can help people lose weight because it's real to me because I lost the weight. And so it can be very tiresome sometimes because I'm
Yeah.
using my body to make money.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I need to do whatever I can to keep my body working properly and keeping everything balanced. Like I have a family. I work a full-time job. So once you finish whatever your first job is, now your real job is starting because that's your passion. So it really don't feel so much like work for me because
Right.
I'm feeling good. I'm encouraging these women. I'm helping them lose weight. And then the return for me is how it makes them feel and how they look.
Yeah, I want to go back to something that you said. You said it doesn't feel like work to me.
Right.
You know, and I think that that is a great place to get to where it doesn't feel like work.
Right.
When you can say, when you don't have to get up out of bed and say, oh, I got to go to work today.
Right.
But when you can get out of bed and say, I got to live life today, and that's part of me working.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
then I'm in a good place. So
Yes.
I love what you said there. And then you are a full-time worker, but yet an entrepreneur.
Yes.
So I want to highlight that because so many people I know, they are trying to figure out if they should quit their full-time job or if they should stay at their full-time job. But
Right.
you're doing both,
Yes.
and it's not bad or it's not wrong
Right.
to do both. So you
Right.
have to figure out what works for you,
Absolutely.
and go with it. Would you agree with that, Kim?
Absolutely, I would agree with that. Like for me, I'm a registered nurse in a school, and so I really love what I do. So, I mean, I know that I want to have my full-time job because unfortunately, my husband and I, we like things. And I want to be comfortable. I don't want to be just like car poor, house poor. So I want to just make sure I keep the balance with balancing my full-time job. You can do it.
Yeah.
And your part-time job, but you have to be able to know how to balance all those hats.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
That's the key.
That is definitely the key. We have to find time to learn how to not just balance but find harmony
Yes.
in our lives. I think that is so very important. We're
Yes.
going to go on a commercial break, but we'll be right back. Thank you so much for joining Simply Shift with Kashonna, the talk show. I am so excited because we're laying down some amazing information and wisdom and nuggets for you here with my guest, Miss Kimberly. Oh my gosh, she is, I hope you got your pen and your piece of paper, because if you don't, you are missing all the good stuff, and you got to make sure you press rewind because she is laying it down over here. Miss Covington is doing her thing. Kimberly, thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
sharing your journey, because it is important, I believe, for people to be able to share their journey and for our audience to know that, you know what, I can do this.
Yes.
And I think that that when you know or when you feel like you can do something, it makes you better, it makes you stronger,
Yes.
it makes you more bold and more fearless and courageous
Yes.
and ready to walk out, you know, your God-given purpose. So
Right.
we were just talking a little bit while we were on break, and you were sharing with me just even the process of your journey of your journals, and you put, you know, you kept my journal
Yes,
before you and
I
said,
did.
I'm going to do this, you
Yes.
know, and I think that that is so important, and that's why vision boards.
Yes.
I love vision boards because I'm a firm believer that if you see it, it gets in
Absolutely.
your heart. And when it gets in your heart, you become it.
Yes.
And so when you're able to see, put something before you and see, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this work.
Right.
Then it gets in your heart. And again, you become it. So you are becoming, you have become
Yes.
it, Kim. So tell us, I want you to share your story that we were talking about during break about
Okay.
how your season changed.
Okay. Well, I have a 22-year-old daughter, and my life was so consumed with her. I mean, I was always the mom of this activity, the mom of that activity, and she was in everything. And that was, I guess, my husband and I fault, because even when she was a little girl, we always had her in so many activities at church, at school. So she just grew up that way. And here I am, just being the mom for all the things that she did. And the thing I want to tell you, ladies, there will come a time where you will have your time again. If you're feeling like, oh my goodness, there's so much stuff I want to do for me, but I have to raise my kids right now. The Lord gives us those children to raise them. And right now, that is your priority.
Come on.
And
Oh,
I
my
mean, you know,
goodness.
and what you put into your kids is what you get out of your kids. Like, our daughter is absolutely, like, wonderful. I mean, we never had any problems out of her. And I'm just a firm believer. It's because of the time that I put in. And all
Yeah.
my friends would say, oh, man, you don't ever get to do anything. You so consumed with your daughter. At that time, I didn't even realize how consumed I was, because I was doing what I thought was the biblical and the right way to do it,
Right,
which is to
right.
be there for your child, because children need time, not
Yeah.
money. You can buy your kids all the purses and the shoes and all that, but what a lot of kids want, they just want your time.
That's right. That is
So,
so right.
you know, put your time into your children right now, because your time will come where you'll be able to do what you want to. Like now, I feel like this is now my time.
Yes.
You know, but I still
Yes.
make sure I put my family first. And I remember you said that also in the entrepreneur workshop. You was like, I don't care how many hats you wear, your first priority is the home.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
you know, and that's just something that always stuck with me. And I also feel like if you put in God like the center and then
Yes.
your family, because he can't bless your outside if you're not taking care at home first.
Your inside.
You just can't, you know,
Yeah,
it
you
just
got to
won't
take
work.
care of your inside. We're going to say that again.
Right.
You got to take care of your inside so that your outside can be blessed.
Yeah,
See, that
absolutely.
goes back to what you were saying earlier. Take care of your
Oh,
inside
yes,
of your
yes,
body
yes,
so you
yes.
can, come on now. Okay,
Yes.
we finna preach. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So yeah, so
But go
that's
ahead.
just big. That's just the biggest thing. Just be patient. Like if it's things you want to do and you're just busy right now, you have small kids. Those things are still going to happen.
Yes.
Make a note of those things. Write those things down because you can live again at any age. You know, so don't think, oh, I don't have enough time. I'm 40, whatever. Whatever.
Right.
It doesn't matter. It's a bodybuilding lady that's 80 years old and she looks absolutely amazing. Look her up on
My
Facebook or
goodness.
YouTube.
Oh, my goodness.
So it's never too late to start what you want to do and just write it down. If you don't have time right now, be the best you can be with your family and put 100% into them or your children, and that time will come where you can put 100% into your own personal business.
I love what Kim is saying here because so many times I run into women who are bitter and they're upset because they feel like they want to make now happen.
Right.
And they feel like I'm stuck.
Right.
I'm stuck doing this, so I can't do that. Or if I didn't have these kids, or if I didn't have this, or if I didn't have that. And I'm thinking, oh, Lord Jesus.
Right.
You know, you got to make sure that you, wait a minute, come back a little bit, you know,
Come
and
back, yes.
really prioritize because this is where you are right now in life.
Right.
And whether you admit it or not, there is a season for everything.
Yes, I believe that.
And if you respect the season, God will bless you.
Absolutely.
So just, you have to know that. You got to know that everything has a season.
Yes.
And you enjoy your journey.
Yes, absolutely.
When you learn how to enjoy the journey, it's just such a blessing. It's
Yes.
such a blessing. So I love the fact that you said, you know, your daughter is wonderful because
Absolutely.
you took out the time.
did.
You know, you and your husband took out the time
did.
to nurture her and to develop her and to make sure that she knew that you were there.
Yes.
And we need
Absolutely.
more of that. We need more of that. I believe that. We need more of our children knowing that we are there.
Right.
And that they can always call us. Don't call us too much, but they can always call us. You
Yes.
know,
Yes.
and lean and depend on, because when children have a foundation, that when that foundation is sure, everything else, excuse me, just
Yeah.
kind of happens, you know?
That's true.
So I'm so glad that you said that. I'm so glad that you said that.
key.
What else would you like to share with us today? Because I know that you were giving us so much information about health and wellness. And just in case you didn't know it, we're not just talking about body. We're talking about mind. We're talking about spirit.
Right.
You know, and because all of those things are needed to have health and wellness in your life and to
Right.
be accurately, or not accurately, but to really be able to focus on your life being whole.
Yes. Absolutely.
I mean, that's just so important. If you want your life to be whole, then you got to be healthy and well.
You have to be healthy and well, spirit, soul, and body.
Spirit, soul, and body.
Yes.
What kind of information would you give someone who said, I want to start a business,
Okay.
but I am working full time, and I do have a family,
Okay.
and I am running all over the place with my children, and I need to take care of my body at the same time, and I need to take care of myself. What would you tell someone, or what kind of advice would you give someone who is in that kind of situation?
Okay. The first thing I would say is, if you want to do all those things and be all those things for all those people, you need to be who you need to be for you, which is to run your body like a fine running machine in order for you to take care of all those other things. And you can do it, like write it down to say, okay, I have this to do today, I have that to do today, I have this to do. And then maybe at night before you go to bed, write down like maybe 2 things you want to do to go toward like doing your own business.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
that way, if you do a little bit of everything, then you eventually get to where you need to be. But it's doable. You can do it.
Okay.
Women are doing it every day.
Right.
And you can work, you're looking at it. You can work a full-time job and then do your own business as well. And you can take care of your family. But the very tip top has to be Jesus.
That's right.
That's
That's
just
right.
that's just the whole, you know, like you talk about the foundation being strong with raising like your kids or whatever. If Jesus is your foundation, everything else can't do anything but build and go higher.
That's right. That's right, because it's a firm foundation.
Exactly.
Kim, tell me this, because you said something that was important when you talked about making sure that you said a machine. You know, yeah, because sometimes you feel like you're a machine. You're just going.
Yes.
How does one find time then to take care of themselves? What is some practical tools that you can give us about working full time, wanting to start my business, taking care of my family, running my children all over the place, but then I have to find me time.
Right.
What in the world do I do there?
Okay, with your me time, let me tell you how you can find you some me time, maybe 15 minutes of the time for your me time, if you understood that. While you taking a bath, a nice hot bath, you don't have to stay in there for 40 minutes, 30 minutes. You can put candles around there. You can play you some soft music, and you can relax. And while you're relaxing, you can get your thoughts together about some things that you want to do. And guess what? If you're in that bathtub soaking and relaxing by yourself, that's your me time. You're relaxing. You're thinking about what you want to do as far as getting your entrepreneurship thing off the ground. And that's just your time to not think about anything else but what you want to think about. Like no distractions.
Right.
Like it's just you.
Right.
So you find your me time however you have to find it, even in the car. Like,
Oh,
you know, you want to
goodness,
start a
yes.
business before, like if you were going to pick up your kids from the daycare, you say, oh man, I just say maybe a bakery business. Think of some cupcakes you can make.
Yes.
Think
yes.
of different ingredients in your head while you're driving to the daycare. Turn your radio off so you can give
Ooh,
yourself
goodness.
time to think. Because if you're rushing from work and you're getting in the car, you're rushing to the daycare or wherever you're going,
Right.
because we're talking about having a family and
Yes.
still want to be an entrepreneur,
Uh-huh.
turn that radio off and give yourself some think time. Talk yourself through whatever. Like, man, I have to go home tonight. I have to cook this. I have to cook that. Talk yourself through it.
Right. Right. That
And
is
turn
so
the radio
important.
off. Like,
Yes.
get some quiet time.
Yes.
That's me time also.
Yes, it is. Yes,
So
it is.
get your quiet time and your me time whenever you can get it.
Yeah, and let me tell you, sometimes when you're writing your things down that you need to do, you can see where you need to shift your energy.
Right.
Because a lot of times we're putting energy into the wrong things and the wrong people.
Right.
And so when you are sitting down and you're saying, okay, what all do I have going on today?
Right.
Okay, most of my time is needed in the evening, or most of my energy is needed in the evening more than in the morning. Then you
Right.
learn how to shift your energy so that it doesn't mean that you don't do anything in the morning. It's just that I want to make sure that I'm using the energy, I'm appropriating my energy correctly.
Absolutely.
So I think
Yes.
that is so important. When we talk about women and specifically, and I want to specifically talk about women here, when we are balancing or trying to find harmony in these areas of our lives, what happens is we get on social media
Right.
and we get discouraged because we see someone else doing something
Right.
and we feel like we are not valuable enough,
Right.
or we are not enough because we're not doing everything that they're doing.
Right.
Talk to me a little bit about that, Kim. What do we need to do in that instance?
Stop worrying about everybody else and see what you need to be doing. What are your passions? What are your desires? Because whatever your passion is, it's going to become easy for you. And for me, I don't want to do anything and get ahead of God because I don't have time to waste because
Yeah.
I'm older
Yeah.
when I started getting into these things that I want to do. So I don't care how bad I want something. I'll say, Lord, if this is not where I need to be, put something right here. And when I say put something, it's like, let me know in my gut if I should move forward or if I shouldn't move forward with that. Because I don't want to waste time.
Right, right. And I love that. You don't want to waste time. And when you realize where you are in life, again, being self-aware, because if we're not self-aware, then we miss the cues.
Right.
We miss the cues that God gives us,
Right.
you know, and so when we become self-aware and really start looking in the mirror and saying, you know what, I want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing with what I have.
Right.
With the what am I doing with the tools God gave me? What am I doing with the skills that He has given me?
Because
Am
they're in
I-
your hands. Actually, who
Come
would have
on.
known that I would have been training? Like, not me. I would have never known that in a
Yeah.
million years.
Yeah.
But I already had all the tools. The Lord knew that
Yeah.
this was coming, but I didn't know.
Right.
So I had to get my body together first, and then everything else will fall into place. In a million years, no one would have ever thought that I would be training. I didn't even think that. But it was already in my hands. I was like, what can I do? You know,
Yes.
and it was already right there. So it was easy for me.
Yes.
So,
I love that.
And
I love
be
that.
around people that's going where you're going.
Now
Be
talk
around,
about that.
Okay. I never forget, like I told you, I hate to keep saying this, but when I came to your entrepreneur thing, that was my first time going. I even told my husband, I was like, I'm going to an entrepreneur workshop. And he was just like, yeah, because my husband has done tons of businesses.
Right,
So he
right.
was just looking at me like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I'm really serious. So when I came back from that workshop, Cheryl was there.
Yes.
The lady Cheryl was there. And I was just like, oh my goodness, if I stay around this kind of environment, it's going to keep me encouraged to keep moving forward, no matter how busy I am. So you have to invest in a couple of like workshops and stuff too.
Yes.
And be teachable. I always want to be teachable
That's
because I
it.
always feel like it's always something I can get from someone, even if it's a little bit of
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And if it's a whole lot of stuff I don't need, I spit those things out.
Yes.
And I take what I need.
That's
You can
right.
always learn from other women, and always try to be in a circle of people that's going where you're going.
That's it.
No negativity, no gossip. You don't have time for that.
Come on.
I mean, you're busy.
Yes.
You're doing stuff. You're moving and you
Yes.
shaking. You don't have time. You can't move and shake if you listening and gossiping.
That's right.
Just
That's
can't.
right.
It can't happen.
I love what you're saying because circles are so very important, but being in the right circle
Yes.
is even more important because your circle can determine your destiny.
Yes.
It can determine your destiny.
Absolutely.
If you are not around the right people, then you are going in a very bad direction. I mean, just kind of take an inventory and say, what are the people around me doing?
Right.
What are they saying? How are they talking? Does anyone want to be around them? Because you can tell from,
Right.
some people you don't even want to be around.
Right.
But having that kind of energy around you, having that type of mentality, those type of mentalities around you, where people are flying high.
Yes.
I was talking to someone last week, and she was just kind of giving me some idea about where, as I'm growing my business, what some direction to go in.
Right.
And I said, oh my God, I've been flying too low.
Oh, how about that?
I've been flying too low. But when you fly higher,
Yes.
you can see so much more. And you
Absolutely.
can cover so much more territory. So
Right.
stop flying low. Stop flying low because you can fly higher and get so much more.
Yes.
And you can bless so many more people when we fly higher, don't you think?
I think so.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely.
This is incredible. You're working on a new project.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about that project.
Well, I just finished my second journal, Know Your Value, Know Your Worth.
Okay.
So, in this journal, it really talks about like so many things to help you know your value and to know your worth. Because I think sometimes we discount ourselves.
That's right.
And don't let people put a price tag on you.
Right.
Because Jesus made you. You have to know whose you are.
Yes.
And when you know whose you are, nothing else matters. It doesn't matter what you would say about me because I already know who I am.
Absolutely.
And who he made me to be. And that's just like in a nutshell what's going on in the journal.
How would one pick up that journal? What
Well,
do they
you
need
could
to do?
you could actually go to my email is KimberlyCovington
Okay.
at gmail.com.
Uh-huh.
And I would tell you how you could get a copy of the book from me.
That's Kimberly Covington. Spell that, please.
KimberlyCovington at gmail.com.
We'll make sure we put it in the feed too, so y'all can have it.
Yes.
And how much are the journals?
And the journals are only $10.
Only $10, and you can have a journal so that you can know your value, know your worth. I am
Yes.
so super excited about this journal because I know that it's going to absolutely bless you.
Yes.
You also have something coming up,
Yes.
an event coming up soon.
Yes, I do. On April the 22nd,
Yes.
me and two other ladies are doing, it's called Spring Fling Fit Sip and Shop. And we're going to have like different people to come in and talk about fitness. We're going to do fitness demos. They're going to have like a few wine tasting. And we're going to have tons of vendors. So please come out right now. We have a BOGO going on. You can go on Eventbrite and just look up the Fit Sip and Shop. And it's buy one, get one.
Yes.
By April the 15th. So you get 2 tickets for actually $15.
Oh, wow.
And then after that, there'll be 2 for $20 after the 15th.
Okay, we're going to go on a really quick break, but hang in there because we have something special for you. So make sure you come back. Thank you so much for joining us, for rejoining us with Simply Shift with Kashonna, the talk show. Me and my awesome, beautiful guest, Miss Kimberly Covington is here. She has been taking us through some health and fitness, wellness tips and things that we need to do and how we need to get our minds fit, our hearts fit, our spirits fit. I mean, Kim, you have been doing a phenomenal job
so much.
just sharing with us. And I'm telling you, make sure that you go through this video and you get everything that you need to make your life a better one. Because if you are on any kind of journey, whether it's a fitness journey, a spiritual journey, a family journey, trying to find your season in life journey, an entrepreneurial journey, we've covered all of that today. So you want to make sure that you are on here You get all that you need because it's good stuff. Yes. So before we left, Kim, you were talking about this event that you have coming up, right?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about it again.
Well, what the event is going to be me and 2 other ladies, a lady named Judy and a lady named Cheryl. And we actually played golf together, and we decided, let's do an event. And I had always wanted to do like a vending event with like women. It'd be predominantly women, entrepreneurs. And so we were like, let's do it. So we found a location and we decided we would do it. So it's going to be like vendors. It's going to be people to come in and do fitness demos.
Okay.
And it'll just be an array of things.
So is it just for women who are entrepreneurs?
Oh, for anyone that wants to come.
Okay, so it's open.
Yes, it's open.
Okay,
yes,
if
open
you
to
are
anyone,
a
21
woman,
years and over.
21 years or older,
yes.
you are welcome to come. And Kim, we have got to get together for golf sooner than later. Okay, when it warms up, you told me you were going to take, you remember?
I'm starting. I'm a beginner, but yes.
Me too.
We can still do it.
We can begin together. So anyway,
yes.
Side note, y'all were just welcomed in. but so we want you to come to this event.
Yes.
We want you to come so much that Kim is offering. Kim, go ahead and tell them what you want to give them today.
I would like to give someone 2 free tickets. You get a ticket. You get a ticket. So you could just let Kashonna know. I guess she'll take the first 2, whatever.
I will take the first 2 people who inbox me. Okay, if you inbox me in my messenger, then you will get the first 2. You will get those tickets.
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Yay! Thank you so much, Kim.
You're so welcome.
Okay, Kim. So my guests they're pumped up. They're ready to go.
Okay.
They're like, I'm ready. Let me have at it.
Okay.
If you can give me 3 resources today.
Okay.
That will help in their journey.
Okay.
What will those 3 resources be?
The Google Calendar that can help you prioritize and put everything you need to put in there to keep you on track, to not waste time, because I'm big on time.
Yes.
I don't like to waste time, and I don't like anybody to waste my time.
There we go.
So that's a good resource. And actually, for me, I get a lot of my stuff from where I'm certified through is AFAA.
Okay.
And that's a fitness cooperation. So I get a lot of my ideas and stuff from there.
Okay.
And then actually, it's this book that I've been reading. It's called The 10X Rule by Gordon Cordon.
Okay.
And that book is absolutely amazing.
Okay.
It tells you that you need to do everything 10 times more than someone else.
Wow.
Like, perhaps we were trying to go for the same job or whatever. I may call 10 times. You may call 2 times. Who you think they're going to remember?
The 10 time.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
So everything you need to do it 10 times more.
We need so what I'm hearing you say is we need to kind of be more aggressive in our approach. Not aggressive, mean or rude, but politely, gently aggressive.
Yes. Yes, exactly like that.
Yeah. That's an interesting concept.
Yes.
Because everyone is, and I hear this all the time, that so many people, there are so many coaches, people say this all the time, oh my God, there are so many coaches, there are so many this, there are so many that.
Right.
And I'm like, but everybody's not called to it.
Exactly.
So don't get so wrapped up in what everyone else is doing because it looks like yours, but it's really not yours.
Right.
Because if you do what God is calling you to do and you create it the way He's calling you or has given you to create it, then it's different. But you got to go hard.
Yes.
You got to go hard and you got to get
do.
it done, because if you don't go hard, guess what? Somebody else behind you will.
Yes.
And they'll get your blessing.
Absolutely.
Shoot, and we ain't having that.
No. No.
Okay. So we're getting ready to wrap up. But I want I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Okay.
If I could change my eating habits today, what would you give me 3 things that you would tell me to change?
Okay. First of all, I want you to be realistic. Like me, I love potato chips, love potato chips. So what I do to alternate eating those fattening potato chips, I eat crunchy things, carrots, cucumbers, celery. I chop them up, put them in little bags, meal prep. That's the key to victory.
Meal
prep, Sunday meal prep, key to victory.
Okay.
I'll start out with something small as far as exercising. I would start at home. If you don't have a gym membership, do 10 push-ups, do 5 sit-ups. Do something small. Don't do something, ginormous.
Don't be on P90X.
Don't be on P90X. Please don't be on P90X. And one important thing, drink water. Drink water.
Okay.
And one more thing.
Yes.
Eat fruits and vegetables. Try to limit those carbs.
Can we juice them?
You can juice them, absolutely.
Okay, so we can juice them. Okay.
Now, but make sure when you're juicing, you have your snacks on board.
Okay.
Because if you set yourself up to fail, you're gonna fail.
Okay.
Don't try to take your little juice into work and you know in 4 hours that juicing is gonna be gone. You didn't bring a snack. Now you're at the vending machine.
Absolutely.
Don't do it.
Because my feelings be hurt.
Right.
I'm like, Lord Jesus, I need to eat
Right.
again.
Yeah, yes. So, just prepare. Just prepare.
Okay.
Do it on Sundays if you need to. Because, again, I'm with the time thing. Prepare. And then you won't
Yes.
have to worry about doing that all during the week. Pull your stuff out of the refrigerator and go.
Absolutely. I am so with that. Kim, you
Yes.
have been absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you so
If
much.
someone wants to work with you, how
Yes.
can they get in contact with you?
They can get in contact with me by going to my email. It's Kimberly Covington, once again, KimberlyCovington @gmail.com.
Kimberly Covington @gmail.com.
Yes.
Make sure you connect with her if you want to get your life together, because that's what it's all about.
Yes.
Getting your life together, getting your life right.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Kimberly.
You're welcome.
You have
Thank you
been
for having me.
such a tremendous blessing to me as well as our audience.
Thank
we
you.
are super excited to have you, and we want you to come back and
Okay.
talk to us some more about
Okay.
maybe you could show us some moves.
Okay, I will do that.
That sounds good, huh?
Absolutely. I can do that.
Yes, let's make it happen.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us on Simply Shift with Kashonna, the talk show. You've gotten your afternoon boost. Now go out and do something with it. Bye.